How's it going, YouTube? Don here. In this video, we're going to talk about an iOS developer question, an interview question. And specifically, what this video is going to be all about is it's going to be the iOS app lifecycle. So this is a question that I got in an interview actually today, and I just wanted to record this video because, I was unable to answer the question, and I thought I'd just provide some value to you and tell you what you need to know for these interviews because he specifically told me that it was an important concept that I needed to know. So probably I didn't do too well in the interview, to be honest with you, but you know, my failures is your learning, so you can benefit off of, you know, my mistakes here. So let's talk about what the app life cycle actually is. So, more specifically, what they want from you is they want you to differentiate between the four states. So, what are the four states? Well, you have foreground active, foreground inactive, you have background, and then you have inactive, right? Just, not running. So, not running is quite simple. The app's not running. You close off the app, that's that. And then you have your foreground active, which means that the app is active and it's receiving events, right? So let's give you a couple examples here. So let's just say you're using Facebook, you're communicating with the UI. Those are what I mean by receiving events, right? Now let's just put into perspective. Let's just say that you're surfing Facebook and you get a phone call, right? And then you answer that phone call. Suddenly, your app is in a new state, which is called foreground inactive. So what happens in a foreground inactive state? Well, in the foreground inactive state, it means that the app's still running in the foreground, but it's just not receiving events. You're not interacting with the UI components inside of the app. So that's kind of an example there. Also, with multitasking, this is going to be something that is going to be relevant. And then you have your background, and inactive and background was the one specifically where I got tripped up in. So what the background is simply an app in the background, right? So for example, it's going to be, you're playing music on your headset. What does this mean though? What's happening in the background? Well, no pun intended, by the way. So in the background, your app is executing code, but that's where it ends. So some examples here is obviously playing music in the background, maybe making API calls to an internet source or a database or stuff like that. So that's background, and those are the four uh, app life cycles that you need to know for your next iOS interview. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Do you want to hear more iOS interview advice? I'd love to give you some more tips and tricks that I've discovered through failure and through going through the interviews myself, what companies have asked me in terms of these like trivia questions. So again, leave me a comment, tell me what you thought about it, and I'll see you in the next video.